Good afternoon, or good morning rather, and welcome along to Matchday Live here on Fox's Hub on FA Cup quarter-final day, and what a tie it is against the side that Leicester, of course, famously beat 3 years ago in the final. Of course, we'll be taking a look back at that famous day throughout the next hour as we build up to kick-off, but I'm delighted to welcome our two guests this morning in the studio with me, Dan Bates. We've got Muzzy, is it, and Walshy. Steve Walsh. Who else but the two of you?
Yeah, it's good to have
Don't
Muzzy,
need any
mate.
introductions.
Yeah,
you
it's
two,
good to have him in the studio, Batesy. Yeah.
Your first time for a match day game?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the game. Should be a good game. So, yeah, I'm a business partner. Can't escape.
We were at an event on Friday, weren't we? Muzzy with Martin, Claridge, Matt Elliott, Tags.
Yeah.
It was great to see Heskey as well. There was a few, 7 of us all together, which was good catch up to see Martin
good to
as well.
reminisce.
Yeah, it was
A busy weekend for you. Obviously, today we're looking ahead to this game with Chelsea. We'll get to team news in just a moment, but it's an exciting day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know what? The FA Cup for me personally has not been brilliant to me. I think I got to the 5th round, was it? I think we did. But for Leicester City Football Club, we all know what the dream was, and we won the FA Cup, so it was brilliant. So I'm looking forward to it, especially Chelsea. It'll show us a little bit where we are now. I think you're top of the Championship and playing against the Premiership, the lads will be. And I think just before this run-in we've got of 9 games, I think it's good timing really to have a game where it doesn't matter win or lose really, because the main concentration is getting promotion this season. But it'd be great. You never know in football what happens as well. But it's going to be tough. We know that.
Yeah, let's get all of today's team news then, because Enzo Maresca has decided to make 4 changes to the side that drew with Hull just over a week ago. Jakub Stolarczyk is one of those in goal. Doyle comes in. Wilfred Ndidi makes his first start since December, and Patson Daka returns to lead the line. This is the squad then in full for the Foxes. It's Stolarczyk in goal. Doyle, Vestergaard, Fass and Chowdhury. Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi are in midfield, with Mavididi and Fatawu either side of Patson Daka. It's Ward, Justin, Cody, Albrighton, Iheanacho, Cannon, Yunus, Marsal and Nelson on the bench. For Chelsea, of course, one of Muzzy's former sides, they have made 2 changes to the team that beat Newcastle on Monday in the Premier League. One of those is in goal with Sanchez coming in, and the other is on the left wing with Mudryk coming in. So this is their 11 then. It's Sanchez, Cucurella, Chalobah, Disasi and Gusto. Caicedo and Gallagher are the 2 holding midfielders, with Mudryk, Palmer and Sterling supporting Nicholas Jackson. Well, we have a very busy show coming up for you here on Matchday Live. We, of course, will be talking about that FA Cup final win against today's opponents 3 years ago. Before we do that, though, we will take a look back at the game with Hull just over a week ago. Of course, Jamie Vardy on the score sheet twice, but it was just a point in the end for the Foxes. Enzo Maresca has been speaking ahead of this FA Cup quarter-final. And we'll look back at some of the best strikes in the month of February. That one has to be right up there, doesn't it? Abdul Fatawu in the last round of this competition. Before we do any of that, though, let's quickly recap on today's team news. Enzo Maresca has gone pretty much almost as strong as he possibly could have done, Muzzy, really.
Yeah, the midfield looks really strong. And I think playing against the Chelsea team today that are hit and miss, really, their consistency hasn't been great, certainly at home. So, like I say, they're coming away from the league and at the FA Cup now, they can sort of take their mind away from the league a little bit. Pressure's off them. They can go out there, express themselves, and like I say, next round, semi-finals, and anything can happen.
Yeah, I think looking at that team, they're going to have to defend solid as a unit. I think it's great to have that solidity of Ndidi coming back into that midfield. I think he's a key player, and I think you see Sterling and Mudryk. That's going to be the key positions for me, and the pace that they've got. And looking at Doyle, Vestergaard, we have to be very, very careful how we approach this, because they are obviously dangers. And but listen, we've got to have a go at it. And it's a shame Vardy's not around, after scored a couple of goals. But no, the team it looks pretty strong as you can get, I suppose, at the moment with who's fit and who knows.
Yeah, I said at the very top, Wilfred Ndidi now, it's his first start since the win over Cardiff back at the back end of 2023. It's a real bonus to have him back in the side.
Yeah, they've missed him. And the way he's played this season, getting forward quite a bit, he looks like a completely different player from previous seasons. So what they've got in that midfield now, they've got legs, so they can get around the pitch and help the back four out. They've got people that can get forward and create now, so it should be exciting. I think it'd be a good game, and I think, like I say, the pressure's off Leicester. They ain't got to worry too much about the league. Well, they ain't got to worry anything about the league, but just go out there today, express themselves, and you never know in this FA Cup.
Absolutely. Wilfred Ndidi did get 45 minutes at Hull a week ago in that 2-2 draw for the Foxes up in Yorkshire.
Slater with a blistering run down the right and into the penalty area goes down. Penalty given. Oh, what a storming run from Regan Slater. He's carried the ball from inside his own half. Fabio Carvalho too in his last four, and he won't add to that because Hermansen diving to his right pushes the ball away. It's a clenched fist celebration. Fass has lost possession and it's Carvalho and he scored. Hermansen denied him from the spot, but did he deny him when the ball came his way? Left side of the penalty area, left-footed, a drilled, powerful finish.
Unfortunately, just goes wide.
Shrewsbury Hall has managed to turn and shoot it off the post. Just inside the D on the edge of the area, had his back to goal.
Somebody's put it right for a throw-in.
Throwing goes into Fatawu, first touch takes him into the penalty area, and that is a penalty. Seri bundling Fatawu over the ball. He's down. Leicester have a penalty, the second penalty in the game to equalise that whole goal. It's Jamie Vardy, and it's into the top corner via a touch from Allsop. He'll enjoy the celebrations. He'll enjoy the fact that Leicester are level, and it's 7 goals in his last 8 games for Jamie Vardy. Mike Fass makes a stooping headed clearance. Zahore shot from the left of the area across the face of goal and into the bottom corner. And Hull have retaken the lead here at a packed MKM Stadium. Fatawu looking for the quick reply. Vardy is in space. Jamie Vardy equalises straight away. Jamie Vardy on the spot, just to the right of the 6-yard area. It was a storming run by Abdul Fatawu. Fed the ball into Vardy. You can't give him that much space. And as he took a touch with his left foot, finished with his right, another shot, just like the Hull goal a moment ago.
Well, I've got 2 Leicester legends sat on the sofa alongside me here in the studio. Muzzy, is it? And Steve Walsh. Jamie Vardy will definitely go down as a Leicester legend as well, won't he? And another 2 goals for him. And an important game that was, to make sure Leicester didn't lose, Walsh, and twice they had to come from behind.
Yeah, it's good to see him get, a couple of goals as well, because he's starting to pick up that form, and you can see he's still got it. There's no doubt about that. He can finish and give him the ball, give him the chances. That's what he'll do. But there's no doubt in my mind about how Leicester play, and they're very attacking minded. When I like these 2 wingers, the Fatawu and Mavididi and Atgun. When we get the ball wide and we get direct, I really like to see that. But it's just that the concern to me, and I've never felt it, even from the start of the season, just never felt 100% sure that I think teams have got in too easy, and they've had chances far too easy because we've not defended right. So that's important today, is really being solid. Not diving in and giving silly free kicks away in dangerous places, giving corners away, putting ourselves under unnecessary challenges. So the test is today, can we defend right? Can we not make any individual errors and silly ones that are going to create a problem at Chelsea? Because the crowd, obviously, how intimidating it is there. We've played there plenty of times, Muzz, and the atmosphere there is quite a frightening place.
I think what will suit Leicester today is Chelsea will go out to try and win the game, and there will be spaces for us to be able to utilise, and I think that's where we will be able to create things. It's a shame that we ain't got Vardy up front, because his pace would have been fantastic for us today. But I still think, like I say, when they're playing at home here and I'm watching them, teams just sit back and it's hard to create and there's no space in behind or anything like that. But I think today at Chelsea, as long as they can keep it tight early on and they can sort of build into the game a little bit, they'll create chances.
Against the Chelsea side, Walsh, of course, that Leicester famously beat 3 years ago in the final. A repeat of getting
doesn't
to the
seem
final
that long ago, does it?
Incredible.
Doesn't seem that long. It's probably it's not, and you know, it was an incredible day for Leicester fans and for the football club as a whole. Incredible, it really was, and you know that Tielemans goal to finish it like that in a final was special. It really was, and you know, all the domestic trophies we've won now, which is you know, it's a massive thing that's happened to this football club, and at the moment we were on the cusp of going up. Or you know, but the pressure's on a little bit now with the way the league positions are. But you just see Tielemans finish there. Oh, how far out's that? Was 30 yards? You scored that Tottenham goal you scored. It was funny. We're playing clips of goals, and mine are like tap-ins, but some of his goals, they're like as easy as good as that.
He's it that clean, hasn't he?
Yes,
that is an absolute great strike.
That Tottenham goal you scored was, you know, not too dissimilar, but it was same corner, was it?
Yeah, but mine was a volley, so that
it was.
Yeah, mine was a volley, but that was a tremendous
just sweet.
strike.
You can see.
Is it that clean?
Yeah, he can hit a ball, can Tielemans.
Yeah,
we
he's
know
got a good strike
it
on
was
him,
a terrific play for us, and you know, he scored some really good goals, didn't he? You know, they weren't tap-ins, put it that way. Tielemans.
Was that the type of goal? I mean, like you said, we know how many great goals you scored in your career. That when you just catch it sweet like that, you just know the moment it leaves your boot that it's.
Yeah, well, people was asking about the volley he scored against Tottenham, and you know, I'd be a liar if I said that, you know, I was aiming for the top corner. It's one of them, you just want to make good contact with the ball, and when you're hitting a volley, you want to try and keep your head over it so it doesn't end up in Rose Ed. So
yeah, did you feel it?
Yeah,
can you remember?
I remember it hit a sweet spot on my foot, and I just felt it. Well, I didn't feel it. It was so clean. The fact that it went into the top corner was a bonus. You know, I didn't aim for that. I just wanted to hit the ball on target. But that strike there from Tielemans was tremendous. And like I say, what a great day.
But to win a final like that,
win a final,
you know,
you know, and they can. It wouldn't be the biggest upset in the world, I don't think, if Leicester won today. I don't think it would be, because I think Chelsea are really inconsistent, you know. So I think
they are. And you look at the league form; it's a miss, and it just depends what turns up, and they can turn up and they can amateur teams.
They'll know that they want to repeat celebrations like this, won't they?
Yeah, but I think this is going to mean more to Chelsea than it, because Chelsea are really not playing for anything this season. The mid-table, they can't get their performances right. They're out of every other competition. The FA Cup is the only thing they've got left. So I think Chelsea, this means a lot to them. You know, if we don't win it today, we've still got the league. It's all in our hands that we can still get promoted. So, like I say, the pressure's off.
Yeah, and it's a different type of pressure that you're going into a game. Yeah, like you say, I think you're right, Muzz, and the more pressure is going to be on Chelsea, because you know, really, you know, they should be beating us today, shouldn't they? Really?
Well, it should be on paper.
You see Coventry, you see these underdogs coming into games, and I remember when I played for Wigan Athletic going back in the 80s, just getting through to that third round was an amazing feeling. You know, for a team like us as underdogs. And I think we played Chelsea once in the FA Cup. I think Mike Newell scored a couple of goals, and I was suspended. And Kerry Dixon and David Speedy played up front. We were 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge, the old one with the track round. Yeah, you know where the track was.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I watched that game in the stand, and we were 2-0 up with about 10 minutes to go, if I get it from my memory serves me right. And we drew 2-2, and it was like, so close to beating a massive team. So yeah. I
think what else would be in Leicester's favour today, if they can stay in the game, I think the crowd will turn on the Chelsea team. I think they're ready to turn anyway. You know, they haven't liked what they've seen a lot of the time this season. And I think if Leicester can go out, or certainly if Leicester took the lead, anything can happen, because I think that crowd are ready to turn.
There'll be 6,000 Leicester fans as well travelling down to the capital for it.
We always followed this team, don't we? You know, the away and at home, the support has always been good. And what a place to go. It was. It's hard getting tickets. I couldn't even get them myself, I think, for this one. But look, you know, like Muzzy said, there's an opportunity here, and this could ignite the season for the run-in for us. It could give us that buzz. It can work either way, to be honest with you. You know, so let's see what happens. But looking forward to the game, I really am. It's another special memories that it brings back from from Chelsea. So yeah.
Yeah, and you look at the Leicester team that they're playing today. There's so much quality in there. There are internationals. There's Premier League quality. We know how good Harry Winks is. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Indeed, that's just picking up the midfielders there.
Yeah, well, I think the midfield is going to be a big part of Leicester trying to win, or certainly if they're going to win the game. The midfield have got to really, really play well. They need to create chances, but what they need to do is obviously stop them from playing. It's like the old saying goes: if you can, whoever you're marking in midfield, you've got to try and win your individual battles. And when you start doing that, you can start picking this team apart a little bit. Because, like I say, I think they're a little bit unorganised. Chelsea. I don't think they're a well-oiled team. I think they've got certain players in their team that ain't playing well, and they've got a sort of that midfield. If they can get on top, we can definitely see something.
And when we were talking earlier about not taking risks in certain areas, we do that because of the style of play we play. We play out. Sometimes it worries me. I must admit it does. But we've handled it. But we have given some mistakes, and we keep, trying to eliminate them. But when you go to somewhere like this, you make a mistake like that, it can be, it can really upset the rhythm, the way we play.
What happens sometimes is we make mistakes out there and we don't get punished for it because it's championship level sometimes. Today against a team where they have got quality players, they can punish us. So we have to be really careful. Yeah,
and we'll know where we are a little bit by playing teams like this again now, because it's only, how long ago were we playing in the Premier League, So it will be a good viewing for the fans to know where we are, as a team, as a unit. And like I said, for me, we've got to really be strong defensively and not give those silly free kicks away in the areas, and be careful and stand up against the likes of Sterling, because he's going to be at it today, Sterling, because he's been in and out of the team. He's going to want to prove that, that he can do it.
Yeah, one other thing is when they're playing out, because they do like playing out from the back, Leicester, when they go into midfield, you've got to play forward quicker. Have to play forward quicker, because if you keep the ball for too long and this Chelsea team start pressing really good, we can cause our own problems. I think if ball goes into Dewsbury Hall and Dede and Winks, they have to drive forward with the ball and take the pressure off the back four.
Speaking of quality, going forward and scoring goals, let's take a look back at the best goals scored in Leicester City colours in February. You can vote and head on to the website, vote for your favourite one, and these two will both tell us who their favourite is as well.
Had enough of the possession. Haven't created too many clear-cut opportunities as yet. Cheekily done, and excellently done too by Alves. What a goal! Well, sometimes when you're struggling to find a way through, you need a bit of inspiration. Stand up, Silko Thomas and Will Alves. A tasty scoop pass through. Alves somehow kept hold of the ball, as he so often does.
Could be in down the right, Justin. Varney's waiting in the middle. Justin to Varney! 4-0! It's an absolute rout here in the Potteries. Leicester filling their boots. And Jamie Varney gets the Leicester fans celebrating on their feet again. He's only been on a minute, but what a ball that was from James Justin.
Oh, incredible.
Emerson into midfield. Dangerous ball, brave ball. Dewsbury Hall did well. Winks splits Watford in half. Ricardo drives forward. It's 5-on-4. It's Batawu into the penalty area. Back to Ricardo, who sweeps home. That is one of the goals of the season. An exceptional, brilliant, majestic team move. They've scored the second in front of the travelling supporters. Ricardo finished it, but my word, on Enzo Maresca's birthday. That was magnificent.
O'Brien again. And Leicester in front. What an incredible turnaround here. It's been a brilliant response from the home side. Shannon O'Brien, this is all her own work.
Pratt now for Fass. Passes looking to play one in behind towards Dewsbury Hall. It's a fantastic first-time ball for Jamie Vardy, and that is stunning from Leicester City. Back to front. A fantastic ball in behind. An incredible touch from Dewsbury Hall. And for Jamie Vardy, well, it couldn't have been any easier for the number 9.
Beautiful ball. Here's Rantala! What a finish by Yuta Rantala! And surely that will be enough now. Sheer quality from Yuta Rantala. Right old scenes going on, weren't there, at times? But
straight passes to Larchick, brilliant from Ricardo, got beyond Christie and turns a really perilous moment into a promising attack. And here it goes, Fatawu running at Kirkhead. Lovely pass into Iheanacho. Kelechi Iheanacho wide right in the box, back onto his left foot. Pauses, rolls it back to Fatawu. Fatawu will shoot brilliantly. What a goal into the top corner. It's absolutely exceptional. Another glorious moment from Abdul Fatawu. And in extra time, it has Leicester on course for the quarter-finals.
Well, you can have your say on the goal of the month for February on the website. These two, is it? I was going to say straightforward pick. Is it? Is that the case? You've both gone for the same one, though, haven't you? And
Fatawu, yeah.
Yeah, we've gone Fatawu. He was a terrific finish. You know, he's cut inside, and you know, it's a skill and an art to do that. Jutta's goal for the women, I thought that was a cracking goal. You know, the Ricardo one for Enzo's birthday was a great run and finish. But you know, that was probably for me and Muzz.
Yeah, is it that clean? And he took it, got on his left foot. He knew exactly what he wanted to do and produced it. Good
I mean,
finish.
He's been close. It's in the crossbar a few. You know, he's been very close to doing that on several occasions. When he cuts in, he can hit a ball and finish. He can.
Yeah, really fantastic. Right, and that's how Leicester got to this stage of the competition. That was in extra time, wasn't it, of the last round? And they're the types of goals, the types of moments that if you're going to go far in a cup competition, you need individual moments of magic like that. You
do, and playing against a team like Chelsea today, you're going to need outstanding individual moments and like that. So they've got to be, you know, to get the ball in the final third. They've got players in the team that can create and score fantastic goals. So they'll need to do that today. But like I say, you've got to build from the back and you've got to make sure you're solid first, and then these moments hopefully will come as the game builds. So I'll be looking forward to see if we can reproduce some moments like that again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that Chelsea are going to really test us out at the back in terms of pressing high, I would think, and try and hit us on the counter with the pace that they've got. But like I say, like Muzzy said, that if we can be solid and we can have that defensive unit, and it just doesn't mean that it's just the back 3, 4 or whoever, it's the whole team as a unit working together, working hard. And, you know, if these things come off, then there's no doubt we can score goals and we can win games. And you know, like I say, it's one of them games where we're the underdogs, and like Muzzy said, the crowd can change at Chelsea if we have a good start in the game.
I think Chelsea will come out really strong. I think they're going to try and blitz us, press us high. I think that's what they're going to try and do, because they're going to know we're going to try and play from the back. But I think they're going to try and use that against us. I think they're going to really press us high. So I don't know. I don't know what the tactics will be today. It might be that we have to go a little bit longer sometimes and sort of, stop the press coming onto us too quickly. So it'd be interesting to see how Leicester's set up to start today, really.
Absolutely, yes. Fascinating to see. We are now, still around about half an hour, 40 minutes or so away from kick-off at Stamford Bridge. So let's hear from the Leicester City manager then, Enzo Maresca, speaking in the week ahead of this quarter-final tie with Chelsea.
Oh yeah, we said many times, it's fantastic competition. We're gonna prepare the game in exactly in the same way we prepare all the rest of the season. But yeah, will be a good one because can give us the chance to go through to go to semi-final.
And also, like you say, to a semi-final that's also played at Wembley, just one win away. How much would that mean to you if you could get there this weekend?
For me, it's more to reach the semi-final. Then if it's Wembley, for sure it's an extra. But I'm not thinking or pay attention because it's Wembley or it's fantastic competition. And if we can win on Sunday, we can go to the semi-final. That could be a good thing.
You've been in plenty of quarterfinals before in your playing career, but also with Manchester City in your managerial career as well. What's the kind of mentality that you need to go into a quarterfinal with?
For sure, when it's one game, anything can happen because any moment of the game can change the dynamic. I don't know, any goal or red card or these kind of things. The most important thing is to be there for 90-95 minutes, or like happened against Bournemouth, 120 minutes. But yeah, you need to be focused, pay attention all the 95 minutes, and then the game dictate a little bit the situation. Fortunately, this year we played Anfield, Liverpool away, we played Bournemouth away. Now we're gonna play Chelsea away. So we enjoy this kind of game, and we see what's happened.
Looking at Chelsea, what's your analysis of them when you've been looking at them ahead of the game?
No, yeah, they are fantastic team, fantastic player. They are in a moment that they are changing things. A new manager start the season. We said many times, when you change players and you change manager and you want to change a little bit also the style, that require time. Sometimes you can be a little bit more lucky or unlucky, but for sure Chelsea will be very soon one of the best club in England again, because the manager is fantastic and the players they are fantastic.
What will be the key, finally, Enzo, behind a performance this weekend that gets you into a semi-final?
The key will be exactly the same thing that I always repeat: go there, show ourselves, show the way we want to play, no matter the opposite. We're gonna go there and try to play our football.
That was Enzo Maresca there speaking ahead of the game with Chelsea today. There's our answer. He says no matter who we play, Muzzy, that's how Enzo Maresca and Leicester are going to play. And what have you made of him this season?
Well, he's if you look at it, he's top of the league. I know it's getting a bit tight now at the top, but his debut season, you've got to look at, he's ticked all the boxes in terms of results. Like I say, today will be a big test for him, but I think he's got a free hit at it today. He knows at the back of his mind that the most important thing is getting promotion, and he'll be thinking about that. Obviously, maybe not today with this game coming up, but he doesn't change his tactics too often. He likes to play a certain way, which is fair credit to him. Like I say, it'll be difficult. It'll be interesting to see how we cope under the pressure that we're going to have today with a team that, on paper are better. And if we are playing out from the back and everything else, we just got to make sure that we're really careful that we don't concede too many chances.
Right, we're going to turn our attention away from the game now and put the spotlight on both of you a little bit for just a moment. Muzzy, firstly, obviously you used to play for Chelsea, didn't you?
Yeah.
Came through the youth ranks there, then got you moved to Leicester. Do you know how many goals you scored against Chelsea for Leicester?
Well, I didn't until I came in. You said 4. I couldn't remember any of them. Well, I remembered one, but then when I've seen the clips, then they bring back some good memories.
Yeah.
Like I say, I was there from the age of 13 at Chelsea, come through the system, done the YTS, the 2 years YTS, cleaning all the boots, cleaning the stands back then as well. You had to clean the stadium and everything else. The apprenticeship back then was a little bit different from the the scholars do today.
Did you have to sing a song in front of all the dressing rooms?
Honestly, it was everything. You know,
happens today.
Yeah, to get your bonus back then, you had to do that. You had to make sure your boots were all clean, their kits were all clean. You made them teas and coffees. You was like a slave.
Do you know what? I remember at half time going in after games, and you know the centre back who I have to get him a cup of tea, and you know, and you don't walk through that first team dressing room. You know, that's how it was then. The respect and the way it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. 4 goals then for Muzzy. Is it for Leicester against Chelsea? Let's take a look back at all of those strikes.
Guppy. Elliott, is it? Leicester hit back straight away. It's a sweet moment for Muzzy, is it? As he scores against his former club.
Well, they must be very good memories there, Muzzy, against one of your former sides.
Yeah, a couple of headers. Got a few headers over my career. Yeah, back in the way I had to play and the way I played with the Martin O'Neill era was I had to arrive late in the box and try and bit of a box-to-box player. I don't think you see too much of that these days, of the sort of the build-up play and everything else. But yeah, managed to get a few goals against my old clubs. Always nice scoring against your old club, ain't it?
And you celebrated as well. None of this, no celebration either.
Hey, look, I don't score too many goals, so every single goal I score had to be celebrated.
Speaking of goals, from centre half, Walsh, you popped up with quite a lot, didn't you, in your career? Obviously, a few spells up top as well.
Yeah.
We have got your goal that you scored against Chelsea.
There must be a header then, Batesy.
Let's take a look back at that now.
The man who made the mistake for the first goal, who comes back to make it 2-1. Steve Walsh is the scorer. Well, that's a bit of a delight for him. Through the crowd he came, got his head up well. And Hitchcock, who seemed to me to come a bit late for it, was left to pick it out.
Yeah, lovely header, Walshy. I have to pick you up on the line of commentary that we heard there. The man that made the mistake for the first goal. Way to be brought right back down to earth straight away.
I don't remember it, Batesy. I cannot remember it at all. But scored in front of the Kop is always a great feeling, especially at Filbert Street. I scored a few. You know, I owed him a few after that mistake, I think. I obviously I scored a couple of own goals, I think, 3 or 4 howlers, but, you know. I think I made up for that.
Process, isn't it?
And by the way, I nearly signed for Chelsea when I was at Wigan Athletic in 1984, I think it was. Just thought I'd tell you.
Yeah,
just
how
people.
much different
Ken Bates was the chairman, and Wigan Athletic owed him. I think he loaned Wigan $100,000, and he said that I want 3 of your best players to come down. So I went down to London, sat down with him, and but obviously knew it was just one of these things. It's just money payback, and I didn't sign in the end.
Yeah, well, we're all glad you didn't.
That's good, yeah, absolutely, mate.
Speaking of howlers, defensive howlers, we can cross over to Matt Elliott, who is down at Stamford Bridge for us this afternoon. I know he's going to get his revenge on me for that one. Good afternoon to you, Matt. Can you hear us? How is West London?
I can hear you loud and clear, Daniel. I can hear every word that's being said, and I haven't taken too kindly to some of it, I must say. But Walshy, the reason they didn't sign you is they wanted the 3 best players. They realised you was only the 4th best, mate.
Oh, God, Matt, I was sticking up for you there.
But yeah, no, all good down here, chaps. It's as you can imagine, wonderful atmosphere. Good to see you both in the studio. Makes a nice change from staring at that Taggart's ugly growler, isn't it? But yeah, no, down here, listen, Chelsea is a glamour area. It's a bit of a glamour football club, isn't it? And you can see why. When I actually got down here early for a change. Left at 7 o'clock, got down here at 9, absolutely cruised down. Had a little kip in the local shopping centre car park, and then had a little walk around.
You go down the King's Road, Matt?
No, I didn't, mate. I didn't. No, I have been down there back in the day, but it sent a few shivers down my spine thinking about it. But, no, already, like, you know, even on a Sunday, okay, it's a quarter-final of an FA Cup, but that, you know, that you could see there were supporters milling around the area, never mind just the stadium. And you know, Muzzy, as much as anyone, you know, there's loads going on around here. We got slightly restricted viewing for the taller gentry, but wonderful view at the same time. We're really close to the pitch, we're low down, and the pitch, the stands are really close to the pitch. You know, it's a real good football environment. Walk through to hospitality. I know Tags, who's not here today, likes to know about the food. Everyone knows about the quality of the food here at Chelsea. The buffet was a beautiful cooked breakfast.
You don't like your food, Matt, do you?
Exactly.
You're not missing the samosas then?
Well, you always miss them when you bring them in. But the bonus was you didn't need a voucher today, so I could go around as many times as I wanted. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The only spoiler was I bumped into Martin Keown for the first time. Sorry, the second time in 2 weeks. That was a slight downer. But that was tempered by the fact I bumped into Dion Dublin and Matty Piper, amongst others.
Obviously, you went down to London, didn't you, for Wembley 3 years ago, the FA Cup final. Leicester are now one game away from going back and playing under the arch again. And that's what the players will be saying to themselves, I'm sure, in the dressing room right now.
Yeah, you certainly hope they have that mentality. The dream team. Chris, come here. Can you get there's his hand? Who was with me, accompanied me at Wembley at the final 3 years ago. But obviously him being the main man. But yeah, no, we're fortunate enough to be down here again. A few times, as you've spoken about on the show already, haven't you, about Leicester up against Chelsea through the years, through the decades. But obviously that's the biggest game in recent memory. Obviously that cup final, some of the players still playing today, and yeah, hopefully that will boost their confidence, shall we say. Although, isn't it, even from that time, it's a different era, isn't it, and a different team, manager, etc., and different style of football. But it's a real sort of intriguing matchup. I know we say that most weeks, but today, you know, a few people are asking me, and I'm asking others, and what do you think? And no one knows. No one knows really, you know, what is going to transpire out there this afternoon.
Final point, Matt, before you go back for one more round of the buffet. We knew you'd have a bit of a moan if we'd shown Walsh's goal against Chelsea, shown 4 of Muzzy's goals against Chelsea. If we didn't show yours against a certain...
Have you managed to dig it
Marcel
out?
Desailly.
Well,
yeah.
At least you showed my little assist for Muzzy. I hope that didn't
go
unnoticed.
Yeah, nice little knockdown sub.
Yeah, let's show this to it. Q.
Yeah, against Desailly of all people. Here we go. Talk us through it, Matt.
Well, I thought this was me first, but it was Arne Gunlarsson, who's a mini version of me.
Oh, great turn.
Oh, Matty.
Desailly.
Wow.
Which way are you going? Are you going to show a repeat of that?
That's brilliant.
You had him on toast there, pal.
Yeah, well, did you know, I really enjoyed it. John Terry was chasing his tail a little bit as well. He'd just come on, I think, in that game. Here he goes, it's Arne. Finds me, hold him off. Use those buttocks to good effect. Twist and turn.
I've never
through Desailly's
didn't remember
legs.
that, you know.
Sent Ed Decoy the wrong way. Thing was, it was the last minute and we were 2-0 down. But I quite enjoyed it because Desailly, at half-time, when we were, I think, 1-0 down, possibly 2-1-0, I think, we're walking off the pitch and Didier Deschamps was there. And Desailly shouts to Didier, hey Didier, looking at us, all 6'3", 4 as we were, about 5 or 6 of us. Welcome to England, Didier. Welcome to the world of rugby. And then I looked at him afterwards. I said, oh, welcome to, you know, what do you think of that bit of rugby? And he was, fair play, but you still lose.
Fantastic, Matt. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game today. We'll hear you on commentary. Of course, we'll speak to you as well at full time, where hopefully we'll be speaking about Leicester City's progression into the semi-finals of the FA Cup and another Wembley trip on the horizon. We've spoken a lot already about the importance of the game and maybe the pressure being off Leicester a little bit, and you've both said that probably suits the Foxes this afternoon.
It will do. It's like I say, it's a free hit. The pressure's off them. Chelsea are expected to win this game. And like I say, I think it'll mean more to Chelsea this game because this is all they're playing for, I think, this season. So, you know, Leicester's just got to go out there, be tight, build into the game slowly. And like I say, I think there'll be chances for them because I think Chelsea will go hard at them. And if they can just be, you know, composed under a bit of pressure, when they're going to be playing out from the back and trying to play through the lines and everything else, I think there'll be spaces in behind this team, and I think they'll be able to create some chances.
Yeah, you know, you look at it, we're one game away from Wembley. It's a big prize. You know, it really is. It's a big game, this. And like I say, it's an opportunity for us to see where we are because we're not quite sure at the moment. And I think, you know, these lads can go out there with that freedom and put on a good display, hopefully. You know, but it's going to be a test of discipline, of how we defend firstly, and then, you know, we've no doubt in our minds how well we can counter teams, and with the pace we've got players who can finish. There's no doubt about that. Missing the talisman, no doubt about that. But you know, they've got to also look at it as though, you know, we can put them in a bit of trouble, and you know, they are hit and miss at Chelsea, as we know, and it is a chance.
Let's get a reminder of today's team news as we are edging closer and closer to kickoff down in the capital. Enzo Maresca has made 4 changes to the side that drew with Hull just over a week ago in the Championship. One of those is in goal, Stolarczyk. Doyle, Vestergaard, Fass and Chowdhury playing in front of him in defence, with Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi in midfield. Mavididi and Fatawu support Patson Daka. From a Chelsea point of view, they had a 3-2 win over Newcastle on Monday evening. Sounds like a bit of a thriller. It wasn't quite that. Newcastle scoring late on in that. It was a vital win for Chelsea, though. Sanchez in goal, Cucurella, Chalobah, Disasi and Gusto across the back four, with Caicedo and Gallagher in midfield. Mudryk, Palmer and Sterling are all in support of their striker, Nicholas Jackson. We've just heard from Matt Elliott. He's on co-commentary duty alongside Chris Parrott for us this afternoon. It's a game that you can listen to on Fox's Hub. There are Listen Live monthly passes that are available to you that you can go on to the website and listen to the full game. There you go. All you need to do is head on to lcfc.com/Fox's Hub to get all of the details of that. Right, let's hear from one of the Leicester City players down at Stamford Bridge then this afternoon. Callum Doyle returns to the starting 11, and he's been speaking to Chris Parrott.
Callum, quarter-final day, how excited are you for this?
Yeah, very excited. I think the boys are raring to go. Obviously, we're going to give it our all today, but yeah, it's a good occasion and it's a great place to come.
And for you, so young on in your career, is this one of the biggest games so far?
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest games so far, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try my best, obviously. Hopefully I do well for the team, but yeah, it's a great day for me.
Is the plan to approach it the same way, despite the quality of opposition, and to play the sort of football that we've been used to seeing from Leicester this season?
Yeah, we're not going to change the way we play. I think we've got to respect the side that we're playing today, but yeah, like I said before, we're going to give it our all today.
They're starting to come in, but 6,000 Leicester fans will be behind you. Just how important might they be this afternoon?
Yeah, they're going to be great today. I can just tell. But yeah, 6,000. It's a big number, and hopefully they can help us out.
And finally, Wilfred Ndidi back in from the start. How big a boost is that for the squad?
Yeah, he's a great lad. He's a great player, and it's good to have him back.
That was Callum Doyle there, speaking to Chris Parrott ahead of kickoff, which is just over 15 minutes away now at Stamford Bridge. Callum Doyle back in the starting 11. Walsh, I know you're a fan of his, aren't you? And he'll be playing that sort of left-back come left centre-half role today.
He's got his hands full today, obviously, you know, Sterling and that side. So it's important, again, that we don't start diving in as a defender. I'm sure he knows that, but technically he's a good player on the ball. We know that. It's a shame he got injured because he was in good form when he picked up that injury, and he was out a little while. But he's got to be very careful that, like I say, but to judge the pace of the game and the players, because Chelsea have got some fast, you know, and technically gifted players. So yeah, he's got his hands full, but he can hopefully deal with it.
Yeah, from a defensive point of view, we know that they play with the three, if you like, and then Hamza Chowdhury as it is today. Sometimes, obviously, we've mainly seen Ricardo in the role from right back into midfield. The three tuck in almost as three central defenders, don't they? And as Walsh rightly says, Chelsea have got a lot of quality and a lot of pace up front.
Yeah, with Chowdhury coming into midfield from the right back position, obviously trying to overload the midfield and trying to keep possession. You've got to be careful though on transition, because if you lose the ball in them sort of areas, you can be exposed. So they've got to be really careful today. Like I said, I'll be worried about taking too many chances. I know we're a good footballing team, but the standard of team we're playing against today will try and expose that, and they will be setting traps, I think, for us. They'll go, right, go on then, come and try and play your football here, and they'll be setting traps all over the pitch, and we've just got to be so careful that we don't get caught.
And them are the two key areas for me, them forward parts of the pitch defensively. And again, like I say, just not giving needless free kicks away is going to be important. Put ourselves under pressure, just little things like that. Can we put it out for a throw-in rather than going for corner if we can help it sometimes? Sometimes we give unnecessary advantages to teams. So this is the key areas. We know what we can do with the ball. So let's hope that we can defend as a unit well, and then we can, like Muzzy said, that transition is going to be important, and the counter-attacking pace that we've got, we can upset Chelsea, and then they can do the same, as we know. But it's an opportunity.
Yeah, as we've referenced already, over 6,000 Leicester fans will be down at Stamford Bridge. They'll really be making themselves heard, and you've referenced the Chelsea crowd. If they may get a little bit frustrated with the team, that's where the Leicester supporters this afternoon have got their own job to do to really back the side.
The great thing about the FA Cup is you get more away support, and that's fantastic. And Leicester, they've got amazing away support. So there'll be 6,000 or 7,000 there today, making a lot of noise. It won't feel like an away game as such. I think Chelsea will be thinking, right, the fans will be like, right, come on, let's get at this team. Let's show them we're the Premier League team, we're the best team, blah, 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 blah. But I still think, though, that they're waiting to turn. I think if they don't start well and don't get an early goal, I think the Chelsea crowd will get on the players' backs. And once that happens, I think you can see maybe then Leicester building themselves into the game and starting to create some chances of their own.
Yeah, I think I remember, Muzz, but you took me to Chelsea down King's Road and everything. Remember when we went to a game, and Chelsea started really, in that fashion, and they were soon on the backs. I remember it distinctly, and
I don't think they're that keen on. They're not sure about the manager. I think they're not sure about the manager. Not sure about some of the players they've got in the team. And I just think with the amount of money they've spent, the 500 million, whatever it is they're supposed to have spent, I don't think they're getting the results that they think they should be getting.
Yeah, so from a Leicester point of view, then you think it's about trying to frustrate the crowd, quiet them down early on, and get on top of the game.
Especially in a cup tie and an away game like this, of course. Because obviously when they're in full flow, Chelsea, then it's a hard place to. So it's got there's a flip side to this, So, but can we do this? Can we quieten the crowd? And that will turn against them, and then there'll be an upset in that crowd, and it happens. And this could be a key factor in the game. We don't know. But it's an opportunity, and like I say, the fans they're looking at Wembley straight now. They're thinking we are getting there. They've got that in the mindset, which is a good thing.
And a good performance today from Leicester, if they can get something from today, it can kickstart the last quarter of the season. They've got some important games coming up in the league after this. If they can get a result today and get through, they might get a bit of luck in the draw and get Coventry or someone like that, and they all of a sudden you're one game away from a final.
You just look at the chairman there taking photographs, and I can just remember him on the pitch kissing the cup, and the memories are there for a reason. And I bet he's thinking, come on lads, I want this again. Of course he does.
Yeah. I think the team he's picked proves it. I think they want to go out and win this game. It wouldn't be the biggest upset if they got something today.
Hopefully so. Come top, as Walsh rightly says, in attendance at Stamford Bridge then this afternoon. We're just over 10 minutes now away from kick-off, so it is indeed time to hand you over to our commentary team of Matt Elliott and Chris Parrott coming up after this short break.
Who wants to join me? Shopping at King Power. 3-day, 2-night stay booked. See ya.
To the rooftop bar.
To snap a photo for my IG.
To eat the famous pad thai.
The new collection is calling me.
Sure, there's a perfume I want.